Oh, hi there. You're probably wondering what I'm reading. This is the newest photo book from Satsunayuki Seiyu. So many horses. Wait a minute. I just remembered! It's my channel's 10th anniversary! I can't believe it either. It's been 10 whole years since I started making YouTube videos, and a lot's happened since then. Who could ever forget such classic hits like Phoenix Wright Bloody Assassinates Athena Sykes, Love Live Seiyu,
Look at how hot she is!
Oh my god, beautiful!
and my personal favorite, The Spoderman Chronicles, Spoderman's ex-girlfriend.
I'm breaking up with you.
Okay.
Jokes aside, it's kinda insane knowing that I've spent a full decade now as a YouTuber. And it's safe to say that my channel has evolved a lot over the years, from part-time shitposter to full-time video essayist, who's still a part-time shitposter. I've learned a lot making all kinds of YouTube videos and talking about different kinds of things, and if not for all the support you've given me over the years, I don't even think I'd be the dumb, loudmouth anime girl profile picture motherfucker I am today. So, to celebrate 10 full years of being on YouTube, and 2 full years since the Natsumi rebrand, we're taking it back to where it all began.
Turn down for what?
The year is 2014. Everybody's doing the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, Transformers Age of Extinction is the biggest movie of the year, Iggy Azalea was more popular than Charlie XCX, and Minecraft was still pretty popular. And like lots of kids my age in 2014, I dreamt of being a Minecraft YouTuber as big as Dan TDM, or Sky Does Minecraft. So I asked my cousin if I could record a Minecraft Let's Play on her MacBook, and that's how I ended up making my very first video.
Hey guys, this is Rocky here. It's my very first video, and today we'll be playing Minecraft.
But I'm not here to talk about Minecraft. I'm here to talk about something different. You see, there was a movie I mentioned at the very beginning of my Let's Play. One that feels very strange to me in retrospect.
As you can see, As Above, So Below will be releasing in Filipino cinemas October 22. I'll playing this for honor. Welcome to the Catacombs. Test if you have the guts to enter the Catacombs of Paris. Sorry, it's an error I made. You know, it's Catacombs of Paris. Find 3 creeper heads and find a philosopher's stone.
What was I talking about? I guess I was pretending to be sponsored by the movie, like lots of YouTubers typically would be in 2014. I don't know, I was a very weird kid. And even weirder is that I haven't actually seen the movie for myself. But that's about to change. And so, to celebrate 10 years of making stupid YouTube videos, I'm finally gonna review what I guess you could consider the very first movie I have ever talked about on this channel. As Above, So Below. But first, context. You see, there were 3 genres dominating cinema in 2014. Superhero movies, YA book adaptations, and found footage horror movies. Popularized by the Blair Witch Project and Paranormal Activity, found footage was essentially the cheapest way to make moviegoers shit their pants. The found footage horror genre was so big in the early 2010s that even other genres like superhero, sci-fi, disaster, action, and comedy took their shot at this found footage craze. Even prolific filmmakers like M. Night Shyamalan and Matt Reeves made found footage horror movies. And guess what? They were smash hits! Which leads us to As Above, So Below. Directed by John Eric Dowdle of Quarantine and Devil fame, As Above, So Below tries to set itself apart from other found footage horror movies by setting itself within the French catacombs. Now, I don't know much about the catacombs in real life, aside from it being the first level of Ben 10 Cosmic Destruction, but I do know that it isn't a place filled with cheap 2010s horror jump scares. Although they do have more human skulls than I thought. There, all caught up. Now let's see if this movie's actually good or not, shall we? As the film begins, we meet our main character, Scarlett Marlowe. She's a young college professor with so many PhDs and skills that I highly doubt will be relevant to the plot, aside from the fact that she constantly breaks a lot of ancient artifacts.
What are you doing?
We're not burning.
Benji, give her your watches.
Scarlett, this is a museum. Are you out of it?
Oh my god, this is not okay.
She crosses the Iranian border with her friend on a search for the Rose Key, which isn't the real artifact, by the way, I just checked. There, she discovers that she walked in the middle of a Michael Bay movie set, and is forced to leave. So after an undetermined amount of time, Scarlett is in Paris, in the hopes of continuing her late father's search for the Philosopher's Stone. I'm not making that joke, fuck you. She teams up with George, a guy who clearly doesn't want to be in this movie, but the script forces him to otherwise, and a tech-savvy sidekick named Benji. No, the other one. Yeah, that's the one. So after solving a riddle with the Rose Key, they get coordinates for the catacombs of Paris, where they hope to find the Philosopher's Stone there. They try to get inside the catacombs through a tour guide, which doesn't work, until a mysterious dude points our main characters to Papillon, a guy who claims he's been to the catacombs and knows everything about the catacombs, until we learn later on that he doesn't know everything about the catacombs.
This is the tunnel. There is no turns. There is no turns. This is straight. And I don't understand.
We meet up with the rest of Papillon's crew, clearly meant to be ghost bait later on in the film, and we make our way deep inside the catacombs. We briefly glimpse at what appears to be your average 100 Gex concert, before Scarlett's team comes across two tunnels deep inside the catacombs. One of them is narrow and covered with bones, while another is a lot more direct, but Papillon argues that people who go that route die immediately. He also mentions that during his last visit to the catacombs, a member of his entourage, Latup, English for the mole, went missing. Yeah, for the most part, this film feels less like a standard horror movie and more like The Goonies, minus the youthful charm or fun, or Temple of Doom, minus the racism. I should also mention that 85% of this film is Scarlett reading out ancient scriptures and hieroglyphics, the main characters bickering about where the fuck they should go, and the main characters going through more holes than Tech Knight's TV show in Gen V. It definitely has a slow build to it, and dare I say that the found footage vibe to this film actually kind of works. Setting it inside an underground, dimly lit environment gives this movie a very claustrophobic feeling. It actually makes you feel like you're with these characters exploring the catacombs, and that's also because this film was actually filmed inside the real catacombs. Regardless what your thoughts are on this film, you have to at least respect how dedicated the filmmakers were in making this stand out from other movies in this already overdone subgenre of horror. So along the way, Papillon reunites with Latup, who tells them that the only way out is by going further down. Okay, I'm starting to see the connection between this movie and my Minecraft video quite a bit now. Eventually, Scarlett finally comes across the Philosopher's Stone and a bunch of treasure. And because this is a horror movie, we need to have our main characters act stupid. So Papillon's crew tries to gain access to the treasure, even though it's a trap, which causes the ceiling to collapse under our main characters. Oh, and also Latup vanishes out of nowhere, I guess. One of Papillon's crew members gets severely injured, so Scarlett magically heals her with the stone. Where have I seen this before? And this is basically where the film's intrigue gets completely thrown out the window. While it would have been really cool for this movie to continue with its slow build and tense atmosphere, As Above So Below suddenly remembers that it's a horror movie. And not just any horror movie, an early 2010s found footage horror movie. Because nobody wants to see some random beautiful lady look for a rock. That would be boring! We gotta give the people what they came for. So they make their way into what's supposed to be the gates of hell, based on a quote from Dante's Inferno, and things go apeshit from there. The movie kinda pulls a Thanos snap, in the sense that half of our main characters die in really over-the-top ways. Papillon's death really stood out to me in particular. Man gets sucked into a burning car, and it's assumed that he accidentally committed arson or something. Like, bro, that's crazy. Eventually, the statue thingies that come to life, like it's Night of the French Catacombs, Secret of the Tomb, leave George with a wound that can't be healed by the stone for some reason. It then turns out that Scarlett stole the fake stone and goes back to get the real stone. Now, this is where shit gets crazy, because as it turns out, the real stone was within her all along. What a twist. So she heals George with a kiss before they get chased by even more demons, and they find themselves near a dark hole. We get just enough backstory for each of these characters that a found footage horror movie will allow, including one moment earlier in the movie where Scarlett embraces a hallucination of her dead dad, and a bunch of other moments that imply that George had a dead brother, I guess? with the piano or something? I really don't know. So they head back to the streets of Paris through a manhole without any police or medical personnel nearby, surprisingly enough. And then the movie ends with Scarlett saying that she only seeks these artifacts to find the truth. What truth, though? The fact that you're the personification of a magical stone? The fact that you sent half of your crew to die to a bunch of ghosts? Or is it the fact that you just like breaking priceless artifacts for a living? I don't even think you believe in what you're telling yourself. How does this woman have multiple PhDs and get away with shit like this? Oh, right. I almost forgot what kind of movie this was. Surprisingly enough, As Above, So Below isn't as bad as I thought it would be. The trailers market it like yet another generic found footage horror movie, but the film itself has a really interesting and intriguing concept that almost sets it apart from its contemporaries, only to fall right back into that genre's cliches because they can't get too unique with its ideas. If anything, I was actually pretty entertained watching this. It took me a while, no less than 10 freaking years, to finally watch this movie in its entirety, after having it long associated with my channel from the very first video I ever published on this site. And on that note, thank you really. Aww. It's been a wild journey since I first published that Minecraft Let's Play 10 years ago. And as cliche as this is to say, I wouldn't be where I am today without all of your love and support over the years. I've met lots of great people, reached out to lots of great communities, and ultimately became a better person because of this channel. So once again, thank you all from the bottom of my heart for sticking with me for a full decade. If only 11-year-old me knew where I'd end up now. Not this void, of course, but you know, almost getting 1,000 subscribers and stuff. Speaking of which, I've been trapped in this endless white void for months now, and there's still no chance of escape here. I just wish there was at least some way to get out of here. Oh my god. I almost forgot. The only way out is down. Down the rabbit hole.
Ani